everybody. Welcome to King's Fury. I'm playing Path of Exile 2 today. Uh, this game's crazy. There's a lot going on with it. Uh, there ain't a lot of games out here that's got this much depth, really. Uh, and I was wanting to talk about this character I made. I don't really follow build guides and stuff. I like more like create my own stuff and figuring out different dynamics and stuff on my own. I think it's more fun like that than just strictly following a a guide. It's like doing homework. It almost feels like. Uh, I wanted to talk about this character because he's evolved so much. Like my plan was to create this what I called him was the naked fire god because of this helm. This helm is great, actually. It's really great. Uh, I had another one like it, uh, but you can put really any socket in there you want. But this is what I had in there because I needed the resist and stuff, really. Uh, but you can wield a two-handed mace, sword, or axe in one hand. Which you don't have. We don't have swords yet because it's early access, obviously. So it might be better later on, depending on how good the swords will be. But it's great. You can't wear body armor. That's why it's the naked fire god. I was making a warrior. This is a warrior, and I used. I'm using Smith of Catawba as the ascendancy, and it's like fire based. Like it's got the fire spell on hit, and I ain't got my last ascendancy yet. I could add another ascendancy, temper weapon and manifest weapon, and then you can pretty much build your own body armor right here. But that was the deal with this build. All that was irrelevant and obsolete with this helm. Uh, but this helm's great because it gives you insane damage, and Giant's Blood is really the only other way I've seen how to get a two-handed weapon like that, and being able to wield it one-handed like that, and that's ridiculous. It's like triple the requirements of the attribute requirements. That's insane. With this, you ain't got to have all the attribute requirements to wield that weapon, but you can't use body armor. But it's a lot of armor on it. And if you upgrade it, you get runic ward and stuff. And if you get what is it? Let me find it real quick. It's down here. It's called Iron Reflexes. And you could get it other ways, but I got on my passive tree because it wasn't that far. Uh, convert all evasion rating to armor, so it's actually more armor. Uh, it was actually more armor now with the evasion plus the armor too, and the life regen you can actually get up to like 50 something. Let me see, 60. My other helm had more than that, but so it counteracted and the critical strike hit chance. That's pretty good, but it counteracted the not having body armor. But that wasn't really the problem for me. I had I had it on there, and I had some good maces. I think I sold one of them. I was using I was using these maces. Um, for the other one I sold had more fire damage, but it already got sold. But Forged by the Passion of Alder, that rune. Transfer all cold and lightning modifiers on this item into equivalent fire modifiers, which that rune's pretty cheap. It don't cost that much. You just gotta find something that's got lightning and cold, a lot of it, and it converts all the fire. But I used uh strike deal splash damage because I was trying to generate more glory from my war cry, uh, ancestral cry, because that's where a lot of the fire damage comes from. Uh, I was just having issues with it. Like I don't think it was really the helm itself. Um, it's I don't the deal was I don't think it was really built for the kind of build that I was making. Uh, because I would fall into bottlenecks. I would get my defenses up enough where I could survive these tier 15, tier 16 maps. But then I couldn't kill hardly nothing. I couldn't kill fast. Um, but I would but then if I raised uh my attacks more, my damage and stuff, I would get really squishy and I'd die. So that's what it evolved from. It was the naked fire god, and then it evolved into something completely different. Uh, I was I was able to I was able to generate more fire, like more glory buildup and stuff with my for my uh ancestral cry. It's really easy to do when because I found this talisman. It's really great. Uh, I'll show you what it does. Uh, So I was the naked fire god there for a little while. Then I became this naked fire monstrosity. Uh, and This talisman's pretty great. Uh, Lots and lots of fire damage, strength. Bear skills convert 80% of physical damage to fire damage. Skills which require glory generate 2 glory every 2 seconds. That's where I get my glory generation from. And enemies in your presence have exposure, which adds to the fire damage. Uh, and Molten Crash, it does this. It puts out fizzers. Well, the deer with Ancestral Cry, you see, I'll show you. It was pretty cool. They kind of go together. Uh, when you put these fizzers out like this, Ancestral Cry, you can roll over them. See, and that just lights the enemies on fire. Uh, and you can generate a lot more glory with this. Also, if you wanted to stay in this form all the time, uh, even with their ancestral cry, you could use fierce boar and socket it directly into uh, socket ancestral cry directly into that, and then add stuff to it or add more to it. Then when you do your war cry, you don't go uh, back to human form. But there are some perks of doing that. I was the naked fire god, and then I became the naked fire monstrosity, and I was like, well, having this talisman kind of defeats the purpose of the whole wielding a two-handed mace or axe, and wield it one-handed. So it was like, why do I have it on this build at all? Uh, so I was like, I'll make another character for this. Um, and then so it evolved into this. I had a couple of things I was wanting to. I seen that were interesting. I wanted to build around. Uh, and this is one of them. This helm's pretty great. Uh, Gives you armor and energy shield. I've got. I don't have a lot of life. 2,700, 580 energy shield, which that doesn't matter a lot because you're getting hit a lot as a warrior, so your energy shield really don't matter that much. And 283 runic ward, which helps. Uh, but um, I've upgraded it, so it gives me runic ward too. Strength and intelligence, but it says physical damage from hits contribute to chill magnitude and freeze buildup, which I don't really need that. I don't really use that. Enemies in your presence are blinded, which is good. And a Bodach haunts your presence, which it haunts me and it attacks enemies. But it might be doing damage to me, but I don't really notice it. Um, so that helps a lot with clearing enemies and stuff. And then I have a Hairbringer of Madness skill off of this. Um, and my crit hit chance is good on it. Increased attack speed. Hits with this weapon inflict 4 growing madness. Enemies in your presence have additional power equal to their growing madness. Um, so yeah, I've evolved into this. I don't even know what to call it. I guess he's still a fire god, but there's so many things going on with him that he's not just fire based, a fire god anymore. Uh, but I got this too. This is probably like about 12 to mine. I think I paid for it. Uh, Possessed by the spirit of the ox. Uh, yeah, and it says whenever you're possessed by the spirit of the ox, you have a 100% higher elemental threshold, which it lowers the freeze, ignite, and shock, and all that. Less slow potency of debuffs, 50% less, 100% more armor, 60% more toughness, 50% less slow potency of debuffs, 20% less damage taken. Periodically summons a spirit stampede of oxen that trample enemies in their path, dealing AoE damage and distributing enemy formations. Uh, so it's doing a lot. You take less damage, you get more armor, uh, more resistance. Uh, it's really like a defensive uh, charm. I might get a few more to add to this one. Maybe like one more. I think like this. I like the spirit of the boar. I think it does a lot of fire damage. So I might get that to add with this. So it'll trigger this one, and then it'll trigger the other one too. Uh, but this helps a lot with defense and stuff. But it helps with attack too. The stampede and some other things. Uh, So this build, it isn't really expensive. You know, I'm not really rich, so I haven't paid a lot for this build. So yeah, that's my build. I'll show you what it looks like in action in the next video. If you've actually made it to the end of this video and you're still watching, I appreciate it. Uh, I'm gonna start making more videos with my builds and uh with Path of Exile 2 and stuff. So so keep watching if you like this one. Uh and like and subscribe. Uh I'd appreciate it. Uh there's more coming. So